I've genuinely forgotten what day it is. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Wednesday, the 27th of May, 2020. And it's round about midday, and that can mean one thing, and one thing only, that it's time for today's The Quiz. With me, 'tis your host, Edward C. Lewis. And as always, I am joined in a startling new location of the homestead. Where's your study?
Oh, my study is currently indisposed. So I've come somewhere that has a far better outdoor window. How's that? You can see me.
You can see. Well, I can see behind you. That's not quite how lighting works, though. You are almost silhouetted. It gives you a kind of
halo.
Yeah, just
glow.
like a kind of like a mysterious commissioner vibe. You know, you're going to give me some dark mission to go and assassinate the president or something.
Should you decide to accept, yes.
Exactly.
And then the tape self-destruct.
This live stream will self-destruct in about 30 minutes. But before then, hello everybody and welcome to The Quiz. This, of course, is WNL. And yeah, you're joining us. Now, I've noticed that we've just had a raid of people coming in. And I just want to say hello and thank you for that. Was it the English gentleman? Let me have a look. Part Welsh. Thank you so much, Part Welsh. That is a really, really delightful thing of you to do. I am part American, and as my papa here, he is full American, and so
all American, yeah.
We share something. We share something.
We share a something.
What it is.
Something.
Yes. For those who astute viewers amongst you will notice that there is a new feature, and it's not just you, WNL, with your new shiny window. I've got a cake tin that's got a cake in it, and I'm very, very excited to eat it. That's it. That's my day. But thank you so much for reading. But on top of it's a lemon drizzle cake, of course. A lemon drizzle, my favourite of all the cakes. Jack Little, Kazale. Oh, I've just noticed one thing as well before we do begin. I have noticed that Cosmogrog is here. Great, good to see Cosmogrog. DC Signals here. Jack Little. Alien, the English gentleman, Osric 42, Stickster 42, Revian, and a whole bunch of new people. All of the best ones are here, and you are all welcome. For those who haven't been here before, well, why don't we, before we ramble too much, because we do like to ramble, why doesn't WNL here tell you about what this live stream is all about usually?
What usually? Yeah,
for the most part, it never ends up that way. But what we try.
It gets there eventually.
Yeah.
A meandering path, but it's a quiz, of course. And we have 10 questions for you today.
It's a quiz, of course.
It's a quiz. Okay, and the 10 questions today are all about cats and rats. Okay, cats and rats today. 10 questions. I'm sure you're all familiar, at least with one of the two varieties. And basically, I will ask the questions. Edward will turn off the chat stream so he won't be able to see your answers. I will. I'll look at your first three answers. If we have some sort of consensus, that's the answer I take. No consensus whatsoever, and I'll go with the first answer. That will be your answer. Then I'll ask Edward for his, and we'll see how the, building blocks of the scores climb to the sky. Simple as that.
And it's not Formal Friday, but how many have I won so far out of the 40 we've done? 40.
You're right. We do statistics on a Formal Friday, but you have won 3, you have drawn 2, and you have lost 30 odd. Quite a few. But we'll have.
I didn't catch that number. It sounded small. 30 plus. So yeah, welcome. And if you want to stick around for a quiz, we do this every day around about midday. And we're here for roughly half an hour. It's just a super quick thing. We're not doing this. We do this for the love of it and for the fun. And we've just started doing this during these strange and unprecedented times. And we find it amusing. And it's the only time we actually talk to each other as well. So that's quite nice.
This is it. The 42nd time. 42nd time I've actually been able to talk with you. It's quite unnerving.
Yeah, we've never spoken this much. This is actually true. There's no. This isn't even a joke. Apparently, it's going to be the 42nd quiz on Friday. and of course the meaning of life. Now, Osric suggests it should be a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy quiz, but I think that's a bit niche. But what we could do is some sort of sci-fi quiz, maybe.
Okay, I'm jotting it down.
If you've got the time, of course. I know.
As an elephant, forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sci-fi for Friday.
Yeah.
Sci-fi. It'll be Sci-Friday. Sci-Friday. Yeah.
And the Wintermute says we missed Towel Day on Monday.
We did.
Apparently, it was International Towel Day.
Oh, you always have to carry a towel with you. Yeah.
Right. Jack suggests. Yeah, I get. It's a Douglas Adams reference. Yeah. Okay. Sci-fi or sci-fry. Yeah. Did you do that one? Was that you? Did you say sci-fi?
I said sci-fi.
Very good. Well done. I didn't even give you that one.
No, you're too used to the father jokes.
Well, I think it's just fun, isn't it? Like over the time of doing this, we've developed. We're nearly getting there. We're almost amusing at this point.
Niche humor for a niche quiz.
Niche humor for a niche quiz for the best people that exist, and it's you guys watching. So thank you very much for watching.
There we go. Okay, I did remind chatters that no recourse to anything else other than your head when coming up with your answers, because success just doesn't taste well when you've cheated.
It doesn't taste well.
Blotted your copybook, as it were. Okay?
I forgot to mention as well, we are time-traveling quizmasters, and we have been to other quiz dimensions all around the world, and we have developed a technology whereby we can understand and we can automatically know if you're cheating or not. So please don't cheat. But do feel to get involved and be nice to one another. And I want to show you one thing before we begin. And hello. I hope you all had lovely evenings. Did everyone have a nice evening? I hope so. We'll be back to talk more tomorrow. Also, best not to guess, says Millstone Barn. It's a very strict quiz. It's not strict. It's not strict at all. And you will be forgiven. So please do get involved. Do get involved. It's good fun, and it's a super quick thing that we do. We don't. It's not like a belabored 4-hour-long extravaganza. I want to show people something that I really liked, including you, because you've actually not seen it yet. I think my friend sent me. I'll give you a quick little bit here. My friend, we've been playing a lot of Fallout 76. Me and my friendship group, my gaming friends, and they've been there through thick and thin for me. These people, they're so lovely. Genuinely, they've become some of my best friends, and I knew them before got into gaming with them specifically, met them in Norwich. But when playing, we take photographs every single time we play, like silly photos in game, because the photo mode is really good. And my friend, I didn't ask him about this, but you'll be able to see it on screen soon. My friend made a book, a 76-page book with all of the, not all of them, not even a quarter of them probably, of the photos that we've taken on our adventures. So we now have this printed book. Have a look on the screen when it comes to you. But you can see, you'll be able to see it. Hopefully,
oh, wow.
Can you see it? I don't know if you can actually see the screen. Yeah, and it's 76 pages, and with unique postcards and like unique messages in there. And it says, I think the words that he used were, remember when we all spent a few months taking awesome photos in Fallout 76? I will for the rest of my life. And it's so beautiful. There's me and him watching our first ever nuke that we launched together. And it's chronological as well. So it starts off when we left the vault, and it goes all the way to the last moment where we finally launched a nuke together. And here we are, and then on the back, it's just got this great, and it's got all our names on there as well. And it genuinely reminded me of all the stuff that we used to do with Elite Dangerous as well when I worked for Frontier, and just kind of those connections and how video games bring people together in such special, unique ways that can't be replicated anywhere else. And that's kind of where this community comes from as well, with Twitch and stuff is based around games. So yeah, huge thank you to everybody for being here, and let's just spread the love of video games, because it's so wonderful. And if you are interested in seeing, I'm just picking random pages here, but if you are interested, there's Dean there with he was very, very pleased. He was very proud of this kill. I can't get the angle right. Sorry, this is terrible. Oh, there you go. Wrong hand. Yeah, he was very pleased with that kill, and I remember the first time he got that. And kind of, it was just like so many interesting moments and like completely different kind of looking things. What I would say is, if you do want to see all those pictures, go to Twitter and I tweeted about it, and there's a link to all the pictures. It's just great, and I think it's awesome. Yeah, yeah. The English gentleman says, "Oh look, here's where we first launched a nuke together. How lovely." It is look. I know that's a strange thing to say. It's about exploring a wasteland and shooting super mutants and kind of raiding things and stealing from vaults but we just have the great time. Ded, do you still have the science gear from the Elite streams? I mean, it come in handy nowadays. Well, we're tied 76. I do have it. I have it somewhere. I think I have it somewhere. It might be upstairs, and if it is, then we've just found out what I can wear for next formal Friday. I'll have a look if it's there. But yeah, it reminded me of those days of doing Educating Ed and learning all about the communities that are involved within gaming groups and kind of seeing how passionate these people are. And then so when my friend sent me this book, it was like, that's how they felt. And it was very different for me because I was a viewer from the outside in a way, because I had to be for my profession, just being completely honest with everybody. I cared so much about kind of that game and the development of it and sharing that passion with people. But I was watching from the outside because I had to. For my professional way of being, I had to sort of take a step back and never get too emotionally involved in it. It's part of the job, is not to be too emotionally involved. Whereas because I'm not as directly involved with Fallout 76, and my friends are all playing it, and then they sent me this book, the feeling that I got was this kind of overwhelming kind of sense of community. And yeah, I just love it. I love communities and video games. So anyway, sorry, I'll stop. I'll stop rambling great. Now. I've made myself sweat. But yeah, lovely stuff.
That's great.
Yeah, Osric's posted the link. Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. Anyway, I'll stop going on about it. Let's do a quiz. Everyone, thank you for being here.
Edward, turn off the chat stream. You're not allowed to see the chatter's answers. Okay. And, right. Are we ready then for the quiz? It's all about cats and rats. Are we ready?
That's a very familiar sound. Okay.
Yes. I'm in a room with a chiming clock. At past, we'll know it. Okay? So there we go. Or at least as far as this clock is concerned, when it's past. Okay? Here we go. Question number 1.
I can't see the chat anymore.
Question number 1 is simple 50-50. It's true or false. I'm going to read out a statement. And if you agree with it, then you write down the entire word true. If you disagree, write down the entire word false. Okay? Now, a couple of weeks ago, we had a question in an animal round, and it concerned, I think, the fact that giraffes can actually last longer than camels without water. But today, the title of the round is Cats and Rats. So this is your statement. True or false? Cats and rats. Okay? This is your statement. Rats can last longer than camels without water. Is that true or false? Forget the giraffes from a couple of weeks ago. Rats can last longer than camels without water. Is that true or false?
Giraffes can last longer.
Rats.
No giraffes.
I have their answer. No giraffes this time.
Rats can last longer without water. No.
Yes.
False.
False. Hey, the chatter said false as well, and you're both absolutely incorrect. It's true. Yes, wow. Rats are wonderful little devils and can last an awfully long time without water.
I bet that they don't, though. They're just the kind of invasive little species that's like, water.
There are a lot of animals that put camels to shame in that respect. Okay, they've got a hump, but it's made out of fat. And yes, they can last a long time in the desert, but it's not without the water. I've
got a hump with rats. Like a hump, like a problem, anyway.
Yeah, 0 points apiece after the first question. Question number two. Listen, nice and simple, I think. If cows are bovine and dogs are canine, what are cats?
Oh, come on.
If cows are bovine and dogs are canine,
yeah,
what are cats?
He takes away from us by making us feel silly with the rats question about the thing with the water. Whoop.
I have their answer.
Feline.
Feline, yes. Yes, you almost want to stroke the back of the cat when you say that word, feline, yes. And it is 1 point apiece. The chatter's got it correct as well. After 2 questions, hey, we're up to 50%. Good stuff. Question number 3 in today's quiz. A male rat, is it properly referred to as a stag, a buck, or a bull?
A stag, a buck, or a bull. A stag, a buck, or a bull.
Male rat. It's probably called a stag, a buck, or a bull.
Everyone, let's do a round. So you all have to start when I say bull. Stag, a buck, or a bull. You've got to start. Stag, a buck, or a bull. Stag, a buck, or a bull. A stag, a buck, or a bull. You can't do it. We can't do it over the internet. It's never going to work over the internet.
I have their answer.
I don't know the question because I was too busy singing. And
we're talking about that adult male rat.
Oh, yeah.
Is it called a stag, a buck, or a bull?
I can't imagine it's a stag. I'd never heard this ever, and I've played a lot of video games where you have to go into sewers and kill rats. So why has it never been brought up to me that they're called bucks? Bucks.
Bucks. You're going with...
Yeah.
Buck is absolutely correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. I'm quite impressed. And with the chat stream as well, we had a few bulls, but the majority were bucks. And it is 2 points apiece.
2 points apiece. 2 points.
2 points apiece. 2 points apiece. Okay, and on to question number 4. Number 4, if a tiger has its lair, a lion has its what? If a tiger has its lair, a lion has its what?
What? How many H's in the word what?
Just one, but that's one. I mean, otherwise it's Isaac Watt, and we're into inventors and things like that. I have their answer.
Not today, anyway. Den.
A den.
Yes.
Yes, Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. It is a den, and the chatter's got it as well, so it's 3 points apiece going in to question number 5. Halfway through today's quiz. Number 5.
Already. We're firing.
Halfway. Just motoring along. I don't know.
I'm okay with it. We don't usually, by the way, just in case you're watching, and it's great. It's just not usually this smooth. And it's usually my fault, to be fair. I'm just letting you know.
Smoother.
Just setting your expectations for the future.
Yeah. Great expectations. That's another round entirely, all about literature. Question number 5. A group of rats, okay? Is it called a horde, a swarm, or a mischief? A group of rats. Is it called a horde, a swarm, or a mischief? Come on, chatters. Your answers, please. I have their answer.
Okay, it's different. It's the horde. I'm thinking of my fantasy knowledge because there's stuff in like Warhammer, but they're called the Skaven. They're not called the Horde, and that's not a thing. And I don't even know Warhammer, so I might be making that up. I just feel like a swarm feels right.
Swarm feels right.
No, a swarm of flies. It's not a swarm. A swarm is horde.
You're going with a horde.
Final answer.
Final answer, horde. Okay, you've gone for horde. The chatters actually did go for the swarm. Well, after they had outvoted Wintermute, who said swarm, they went for they went for horde, yes, again. But it was a swarm. So you're both wrong.
So what did I?
You outguessed yourself. They outvoted Wintermute, and so the score stayed the same. It's still 3 points apiece at the halfway stage.
I managed to persuade myself that I was incorrect. Do you know what I mean?
I think the mischief comes from Dame Juliana, some 15th century list whereby a nun somewhere made a fancy list of collective nouns, and they've all still stuck around here, I think. Yeah,
I like it. Parliament of Owls. That's my favorite.
Parliament of Owls, yes, things like that.
Murder of Crows.
Yeah, a good one.
I love that one.
Yeah, so there are all sorts like that. But in the meantime, it's still tied, all poised at 3 points apiece. We've got question number 6. Okay, number 6, simply remember the old sayings, okay? As brave as a lion, as meek as a what?
What?
And remember, the round is cats and rats, okay? As brave as a lion, as weak as a what?
As weak or as meek?
As weak. Weak. W-E-A-K.
Okay, that changes my answer.
I have their answer, I think.
I think. He has. I like the idea that you're like, I haven't told you because I don't want to worry you, but the chat have disappeared. I can't see them, so they could have gone ages ago, and I just wouldn't know. I would have thought meek as a mouse, but you say weak.
As weak.
I mean, a lion, but a mouse isn't a rat. A rat is very...
As brave as a lion, as weak as a... You know, we're talking about phrase... old sayings here.
As weak as a... as weak as my brain. You can see, if you could zoom in on my face right now, you'd see the cogs turning in my brain.
As weak as your brain.
As weak as my brain is right now. Yeah, that's a good point. As weak as it's got to be alliterative. No, because brave as a lion. Mouse. Let's go for mouse.
Okay, you're going for mouse, and the chatters went for mouse as well. Jack Little eventually got it. We are about cats and rats. It's as weak as a kitten.
Oh.
As weak as a kitten. Yes. Oh. Picture a nice, fluffy little kitten. Yeah.
So it's the opposite of the lion to the kitten. I don't understand. Right. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, they do have claws, but yeah, not exactly the strongest of things. Hey, it's still 3 points apiece. Will we get to 4? It's question number 7, okay? Number 7, and it's a simple yes or no. 50-50. If you're not sure, flip a coin, you'll have an answer. Simple yes or no. I'd like to know, is the rat a symbol in the Chinese zodiac? Is the rat a symbol in the Chinese zodiac? Yes or no? I have their answer.
It is, yes. The entire word true. Now...
Yes, it is. It's the first symbol, actually, yes. And the chatters... to a man Jack, woman Jack, person Jack, they got it as well.
Yeah.
And Jack Little as well, yes. And so it is finally a new score. 4 points apiece. You both got it correct. It's question number 8.
Finally, a new score.
The score. Yeah, well, fine. We did have 3 threes on either side before we got to the 4. Question number 8. Simply, what do we call the young of a lion or tiger? What do we call the young of a lion or tiger? Not a trick question. I have their answer.
A cub.
A cub. Yes, absolutely. A cub. The chatters were a little bit apprehensive. They weren't sure whether it was another trick question that I was asking. But no, it wasn't. It's 5 points apiece. And we're just motoring on now to number 9. Now, number 9 is true or false again. So I'll read out a simple, straightforward statement. If you agree with it, write down the entire word true. If you disagree with it, then the entire word false. Here's your statement for number 9. Most rats are actually allergic to cheese. Is that true or false?
Oh, dear.
Most rats are actually allergic to cheese. True or false?
Can I answer with the one that I want it to be the truth?
We have their answer. I have their answer.
It is an absurd thing. It could be true. Yeah, sure, it's true. It is a weird thing that we'd say that mice and rats eat cheese because it has to be manufactured, and the mouse and the rat can't make the cheese. So why do we think that mice and rats like cheese? They didn't historically just make cheese, did they? Did rats and mice invent cheese?
Well, that's another question entirely, and we'll put it in a history of cheese round.
It just seems absurd.
In the meantime, you're absolutely correct. It is true that they are actually, most of them are allergic to cheese, and the chatters got it correct as well.
You're all we're
Very
all
good
as
on that,
stupid,
yeah.
and clever, stupid or clever as one another. Are we at a 50-50? Is it a 5-5?
It's 6-6, and we have one more question.
Look
6-6.
at our averages. Can't wait for
Okay.
Friday.
Again, gut level reactions. I want the answer that you think, okay? No recourse to anything other than your head. Ailurophobia. Ailurophobia. Is that a fear of cats or a fear of rats? Ailurophobia.
Ailure. How do you spell ailure?
Ailurophobia.
Ailure.
I'm borderline arachnophobe, of course, with the spiders, but this is ailurophobia. I have their answer.
Remember that time? I'm not an arachnophobe anymore. I am a little bit. When I see a spider, I go, I'll do that, and I'll do a, rather than a, which I used to do a, and run out of the room. Now it's more of a, no, like
I've always confronted them. I've always confronted them. I used to kill them 7 times for good luck, but now I capture them and release them outdoors.
Good.
To a new freedom.
Me too. Always capture them and throw them out, or just leave them now because they stop the flies.
Yeah.
And they're good at that.
Yeah.
But
very good.
They're a bit creepy. They are creepy. Look, they're creepy. They've got long, weird legs and little feelers on them. And I think
some of them have short legs and jump.
Are okay. The short legs.
The ones that
okay.
jump.
No,
they startle me occasionally. But in general, back to rats and cats.
No,
which is it? Ailurophobia.
I know that you. I know. Look, I know that we're. I know that we've got. I get it. Just very quickly, I just want to very quickly tell the story about the time when I was trying on Wellington boots from the top of the cupboard to the stairs, right? And the top of the cupboard to the stairs, and we hadn't been in there for a while. I was maybe even 8, maybe younger, maybe 7, maybe 6. I was putting on the Wellington boots. 2 or 3 spiders crawled up my body onto my torso from the boots. They ran up me, and you, instead of going very calmly, sorry, Edward, let me just, Edward, sorry, Edward, let me just knock these off there for you. Let me just get rid of those. Okay, no problem. You went, and you ran and jumped away, and that gave me a lifelong fear of spiders. Thank you very much. But now it's.
I grew up in an area where spiders were poisonous, and I went camping once, and just overnight ended up with a golf ball sized swelling wen on my arm, and that was just a mildly poisonous spider that the doctor dismissed it. So I kill them rather than look at them. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, okay, let's move on. Is that the last question? Or we got one more.
This is the last question, and what is your answer?
Oh, I can't remember the question.
Is ailurophobia? Ailurophobia. Is that a fear of cats or a fear of rats?
Oh, this could be the differentiator here. I'm going to say cats.
You're going to say cats.
What? Don't laugh at me. I heard you laughing.
No, I'm laughing because you've won. They said rats, and it is cats.
What?
Your 4th win. 7 points to 6.
Oh, man. I'm afraid I don't have time to bring up the celebration, let's go celebration thing today.
Chatters, he got lucky, I'm sure. I mean, we all know, of course, that musophobia or murophobia or surophobia are the ones for rodents. The Greek for mouse is muso, so it's musophobia. Murophobia, that's the taxonomic adjective, species and that sort of thing. Surophobia comes from the French for mouse, souris.
We're wrong. The chat say it's rigged, and actually they got swarm correct, and actually it's still a draw. Look at this.
They got swarm correct?
Yeah.
I think they'll find, if they go back through the chat, that they had lots of swarms, but I think 2 out of the first 3.
Well, consensus. They're saying consensus. I mean, I can go back and have a look. Let me go back and have a look, and I'll
see, because I must admit I can't multitask. Let's see.
No, I can do it. Don't worry. I've got this. This is important.
You've got this.
They said swarm. No, we said swarm. Yeah, they were saying, yeah, it was 2 swarms, 1 mischief, apparently. I trust them, to be fair.
2 mischiefs?
Yeah, 2 mischiefs. No, sorry, 2 swarms and 1 mischief.
Yeah, well, I have a clue for you all. I do apologize. It wasn't swarm. It is a mischief.
Is that right?
Yes. So you were both incorrect, and I gave neither of you a point for it.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that was my fault because I skipped over. Usually, we are much more efficient and professional than this.
We warned them that it's never smooth. Never smooth.
So I did win.
You did win. Yeah, I didn't give either of you a point for that. It was a mischief, yeah.
Let's call the whole thing off. It's a 0. It's a 0. Nobody wins, nobody loses. It's a 0.
Oh.
It's not even a draw. It's just a straightforward nothing.
Oh, no, we can't do that. I will get...
Shock Rampage says, I blame the change of scenery for WNL. Clearly it's thrown the game off. My 4th win. Nope, Edwin. Oh, Millstone Barn. Look at this. Yeah, we were all staring out the window and daydreaming. Nope, fair is fair. Edwin and this, Freckly Femme, and everybody who's watching is exactly why you're the best ones, because we're never dishonest with one another. And that's great.
Never.
I love it. Let's redo the quiz with the same questions tomorrow. Good idea, because I guarantee that I would lose. I would just forget all of them. But yes, thank you, WNL. Have you had a nice time?
I've had a great time. Thank you very much. Yes. It's always a pleasure.
Do you think we should do another one of these tomorrow?
I think we should, yes.
Shouldn't
Why
we?
not?
Why not? Thank you very much. Jack Little is tearing up a little. Thank you very much for being here today. As always, we've got the ending screen coming up as well. So that's been created by today. We're going to use Jack Little's animated screen. Thank you so much, Jack Little, for sending that one over. If you have a suggestion for an ending screen, we are still taking suggestions. So twitter.com/EdwardClewis to send me a suggestion, or you can send it in the chat down here, Whispers or whatever you call it. But yeah, it still continues to be a lot of fun. And thank you so much. It's already Thursday, basically, by the time we see each other again. That's been the fastest week that anyone's ever had in their lives, I think. I don't know. I think I'm speaking for everyone when I say that. But yes, thank you, WNL, and I hope you have a fine rest of your day. We will hopefully, fingers crossed, see you back in the study tomorrow.
Probably be back in the study tomorrow, yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Good.
The ongoing works that we won't ask too many questions about will be done in there, I think.
Sparklingly redecorated.
Yeah. Thank you, Revian, and thank you, everybody. And Horny, for the first time I've ever seen Ed's hair like that. Like what? Because I will give you an update.
You have a tuft.
It's... I have more than a tuft. Watch this is being compressed by this. Watch what? You ready?
I'm ready.
It doesn't look that bad on the camera, but it's huge. It's massive. Really too much hair. But I'm starting to kind of enjoy it a little bit. And I'm thinking maybe this is a new look for me. Just wild, you know?
Do you cycle? I
do cycle.
Well, you'll have to make sure that you have a hairnet on, otherwise it might get caught in the spokes.
I was going to say, maybe I don't need... maybe it's double in height. Honestly, it makes me look taller. Some men would kill for all that hair. It's true. I don't take this for granted at all. I'm not complaining about it. It's a bit irritating at the moment because it's so hot and heavy, and kind of itchy. But but that's a different issue. I just need to wash it more. That's a joke. Goodbye, everyone. Have a lovely day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, WNL, again, and we'll see you tomorrow at midday. See ya.
Bye-bye.